I can't breathe. I'm going to puke, and then I'm going to quit jiu-jitsu forever.
Hey, buddy, is this your first jiu-jitsu tournament?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can't breathe, you're going to puke, and then quit jiu-jitsu?
That's pretty much exactly how I feel. Hey, were you listening to me a second
Stick
ago?
around for some tips at the end of this video.
Hey, rollers, what's up? Today we're going way back in the archives to my very first jiu-jitsu tournament, very first match. My opponent and I are sizing each other up here, moving frantically, and just showing our inexperience the way we're moving. Please excuse my guard pull here. I didn't know any better at the time. We're working on some grips. I'm trying to hold down his posture. I have an opportunity for a hip bump sweep, but I'm thinking guillotine instead, which fails. And now I'm just burning out my grips, trying to find something to hold on to and pull him down. My main three attacks at the time were guillotine, triangle, and armbar. And so you'll see through the video that basically I'm trying combinations of those three things as we go. Trying to climb my legs up here, through my shin across his face. And I did kind of lock a triangle position here, but he easily escaped that. I was concerned that he would get points for passing my guard. I knew that much. I'm just going to speed the video ahead here. It's a lot of the same thing for the next couple of minutes. I'm just basically holding him down in my guard. Here's where I try a hip bump sweep, and I put a little bit of effort into it and try to make it happen, but it doesn't go. So I'm just going to slow that down, and maybe you out in YouTube land can tell me, what do you think I did wrong here? So as you can see here, I'm reaching over his shoulder, looking for some sort of Kimura grip. He does hide his wrist, but I post up. My hand posts out, and as I try to make the sweep, he posts out with his left hand, and that's enough for him to regain his balance and push me back to the mat. So hip bump sweep failed. Now he's back in a solid guard position. So write down below in the comments what you think I did wrong. I think that will be interesting. All right, so I'm going to speed this video up again. It's a lot of the same. He's fighting to get through my guard. I'm fighting like crazy to keep my legs in the way, and I keep trying for the same submissions over and again. I've got a triangle position somewhat locked again, but I don't have the angle, and he just pressures his way through and almost gets a pass. Here I tried to switch over to an arm bar, but it didn't work out. And again, in the scramble, he just ends up in my guard. It's at this point that, we're almost at the end of the 5-minute match. He's scrambling to get around me, and he backs up, which means I have to stand up, and I can hardly find the energy at this point to stand up. I'm just exhausted. He's also exhausted, as you'll see in a minute. We're going to get ready to finish off the match, slap hands. I'm going to just tuck my gi in a little bit. I'll do that if I'm tired, try to buy some time. We can hardly stand, and then the towel gets thrown in to indicate that the time is up, much to our relief. Unfortunately, we look over, nobody scored a point. The ref is going to come over now, and he tells me that pulling guard isn't going to be a good idea, because in the 1 minute overtime, he's going to watch for points. Of course, first points wins, but if there are no points scored, he will just award the person who has the most aggression, and pulling guard is not a good way to show aggression. So there I sit, trying desperately to catch my breath. My friends are telling me, you got this. Oh man, so I was trying to dig deep and pretend I wasn't as tired as I was. After this match, I actually went out and recovered for a solid 20 minutes outside. So anyways, trying to find some strength here. I shot for a single leg, and if you saw my technique on that shot, you'll understand better why I was pulling guard at the beginning of the match. So I'm not fully committed to trying to take him down at this point. I'm concerned that he's going to circle and take my back and get some points. So I quickly do that move, whatever that is. And I fall into almost an armbar position. He defends it in a very unconventional way. I just don't think I have his elbow nearly deep enough. And so I eventually let that go. And even though I had no idea how to do a straight ankle lock, that's kind of what I go for. I see his ankle is in my armpit, and just holding on to it, I know that he's not going to be getting past my guard. I've got my leg in the way there, and so I start squeezing and looking for anything that just might be uncomfortable for him. And that's when the 1 minute is up, and we drag our sorry bodies up. We are so tired. And so that's where it will lead into some tips for you. As promised, I have a few tips for you if you're going into your first jiu-jitsu tournament. Number 1, train for it. For at least a few weeks before your tournament, look for some extra rolls at the end of class. Get used to tapping into your reserve tank. Number 2, conserve energy. It's tempting to tighten every muscle and squeeze grips like an ape, but don't do that. Instead, save your energy for that explosive takedown or escape. Number 3, and most importantly, keep perspective. Don't think about representing your club or impressing your sweetie. There really isn't that much at stake. One of you will lose, and you'll both learn something. Thank you for watching this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my other videos. See you next time.